Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. And Virgo, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for February 17th to the 23rd. So we have the beautiful Inner Temple Oracle card here for you, Virgo, which is really also exemplified in the Hermit card here. Interesting connection. We also have the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, Emperor, the Star, and the Five of Cups. There's all sorts of little synchronicities happening with the readings this week, Virgo. I'm absolutely loving it. For a start, so many signs are having their key card come out. This is obviously this is Virgo in the Major Arcana. Look at our 3 nines across here. You are on the threshold of something big. You are breaking through this week. I think it's got something to do with finally, letting go of the past. Stop lamenting the past. You're going through healing this week and you're going to emerge so strong. I've got half of the reading Major Arcana here, guys, so it is quite significant. And I'm really intrigued to see how this plays out. Anyway, before we go to the tarot, let's read out your Oracle card, Inner Temple. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. You're being called to be a devoted student and tune into your heart, to incorporate true devotion into your life. You could be being called to develop a regular meditation, journaling, or chanting practice, or to show up to your soul with rhythm, to develop a daily practice where you fill up your well and spend time with your soul. All of the answers to all of the questions that you seek are waiting for you in the portal of your heart, but you cannot hear them unless you carve out time each day to listen. Your soul is yearning for a deeper connection with you, and so the more time you spend with it and show up, the more clearly it will guide you. Well, that is 100% the Hermit card right there, guys. So we'll get to that very soon. But let's go to your recent past position here with the Five of Cups and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, okay. So some of you may have been through something in the past. I mean, gosh, haven't we all? It doesn't have to be like last week, guys. These are weekly readings, but I'm seeing that past situations that are still hindering us now in the present. They can be from childhood. They can be, from that relationship 4 years ago where your partner left you or it didn't work out. Can be from that job just recently that you got let go from or had to leave. So many different situations it can be, and over spanning time frames. But the Five of Cups shows somebody who is lamenting the past and is still connected to the emotional charge of a past situation. But we have to remember, guys, that the past is the thief of the present, because this person here is so fixated on what has been lost that can't be gotten back, that she is missing the opportunities that are right behind her. So, this person is blinded by that past charge. And the wine in these cups, it's spilt and it's soaked into the earth. There's no getting it back. So we have to be accepting of the things that didn't work out, of the losses, the lost lovers, the one that got away. Past is past, guys. And when we stay stuck in that situation, it can hold us stagnant and can hold us in a state of grief or despair, maybe even escalating to depression or negativity or victim mentality for some people. In Tarot, 5 is a number of conflict. This is generally internal conflict with this card. The antidote to conflict is change. So it's time to let go. It's time to make a change so that then, you can actually explore the new opportunities that have probably been knocking at your door for a while. Now, again, the nod to the Hermit card in the Five of Cups is this bridge over the troubled waters, over the emotional charge, back to the sanctuary, back to the inner sanctuary. You're being called this week to return to your inner temple in order to reflect on the situation, to heal and transmute it, to let it go, because you are going to come out twice as strong with that Emperor card there. The Nine of Wands shows me that, I think this has really tested your faith, this situation. I think it has been a real battle for you. But I think as soon as you, walk away from this past situation, you'll tip this over to a 10 and complete it, and you won't be engaging in it anymore. The Nine of Wands shows somebody who has been through the battles, been through the wars with this situation. But there's still enough energy in the tank to complete this and to let go and to basically put those wands down, walk away from those cups and start something new. This week it's about healing, guys. It's about introspection and recalibrating and seeking. And, the Oracle card was talking about, returning to the portal of your heart, which is that inner temple. And, it's when you reconnect with that space, that's when you can really hear what your soul is yearning for. That's when you can reconnect with your inner wisdom. That's what the hermit does. He goes within to seek the answers of how to move forward. And the answer is in there, but sometimes we can't hear it, especially if we're still listening to the voices of the past. Now, with the hermit energy, we retreat within, we meditate, we journal, we self-reflect, we think, we go for walks in nature, hot baths, whatever it is for you. And, at the start, you might feel a little bit lost and lonely. You might feel isolated. Maybe you feel like you're in the space in between, especially if you've recently had to let go of a relationship or a job, something that really defined you as a person. But the more the hermit seeks, this little star energy in his lantern expands and becomes the actual star energy. And as that light shines brighter, the more he seeks, the more it burns. Then that path forward out of the situation and how to, the path forward to move on begins to be revealed. So he who seeks finds. That is the hermit energy, guys. Some of you could even, be going through a sense of a spiritual awakening or ascension process as well as part of this. And then we have the star energy, it's really burning bright for you. And they do say make a wish upon the star when this card comes in. There is an element of divinity about it. The star card talks about, slowly bringing yourself into a place of emotional balance. Even when you might be feeling at your most vulnerable, you will get past that stage. And the star does show somebody who is still grounded in their earthly role. So it means that, yes, you might be going inwards this week, but I feel that most of you will still be able to go to work and go about your duties and look after your children if you have them. This might just be happening in the background, or you might just need to, have your evenings at home if you normally go out or rush around, that sort of thing. Star energy, yes, it's healing, it's restoration. It talks about coming back into energetic balance. These white stars here are said to indicate the chakras. Great time to have energy healing or massage if that's available for you and something that you can financially afford. Or, instead of that, it might just be, lying down and doing some, deep belly breaths, taking that walk in nature, or stargazing, whatever it is for you. Yeah, stargazing, literally with the star. And yeah, so I do see that sense of deep healing here this week. And once that path has emerged, when you're feeling like it's time to sort of come back to the world, you're coming back twice as strong. And you're coming back as a bit of an unstoppable force, I think, Virgo. So we have the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles. So the Emperor is like one of the strongest characters of tarot. It's Aries energy. Some of you might actually have an Aries in your life this week that is, part of this. Maybe someone that you go to see, a healer or something like that could be. What's interesting about the Emperor is he's somebody who makes clear, practical, strategic decisions to move his life forward and for the better. There's definitely none of this kind of energy which can sort of, verge onto that victim mentality. The Emperor is somebody who shapes his world. He doesn't let the world shape him. He's taking control. He's holding the orb, the staff of life. He's in his power and in his element. And he's, making those instinctual decisions to basically, to pave the next chapter. He wears that armor underneath his cloak. So it's like, there might be times this week where you sort of need to put emotions to the side and just really think about, from a logical, practical standpoint, what actions and plans can I put in place right now that I'm, not going to tie myself up with this, or I'm going to let go of that chance of getting back with that lover, or, going back to that workplace. Now I'm going to just focus on, present and new opportunities. And I think that is the key, really the key for becoming successful again, Virgo. The Nine of Pentacles shows somebody who is self-sufficient, who doesn't need the promise of the past in order to become successful. She knows the formula of abundance, and that's why she is able to be in luxury, to focus on, quantity as well as quality. And she has a sense of value, of self-esteem, opposite of this character here in the dark cloak. She's now in her opulent robes. And the little snail down the corner there, if you can just see that, look, it indicates that good things take time. And this is Pentacles energy, guys. So I'm not saying that, you're going to start the week like this. In the meantime, you're going to have spiritual awakening, and by Friday, you're rich. Not at all. It's a process, guys, and good things take time. This is potential energy. It shows the potential and, the energy of success that can be gained if we do, keep flowing with life and, releasing what needs to be released and doing the inner work and following the inner journey, returning to that inner temple. This is what's possible. So, this is, make sure you're, being like the emperor and putting that foundation in place. And this is where you can end up. It's a beautiful card. It's one of my favorites because it means you don't need to lean on anyone. And then if that beautiful partner comes in, or maybe you've already got a partner, you can deepen that commitment. You're in a good place for it because you're not relying on them. There's no, risk of codependency because you can create it all on your own, which is just amazing. Beautiful energy. Okay, Virgo, I think that's it. I wish you all the best with it this week. There's Five of Cups is showing up a lot at the moment as well, and I think we had to make that transition to a new decade this year. So there is a lot of kind of past coding and things that needs to be released, and we're kind of on the threshold of laying new foundations. So just make sure you do the inner work and keep seeking, because the answers that you are seeking are within you. You have the wisdom. You are the hermit. That is your card after all. Okay, Virgo, I wish you all the best with it this week. Do keep in mind it's a general reading. It won't be for every one of you guys. Feel free to leave me a comment because I always love to, hear, what's going on in your daily life and how it's unfolding. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.